Thursday, in the month of December. Let us know what that day is. So why not that is the 16 days of activism, and everyone says the month. And therefore we must also look for families which are affected by gender-based violence, negatively engaged in activities which are taken to be also against the law. And that is how we want to see become that activist, because we look at gender-based violence, surely it is one advice that also really is affecting the family, is actually destroying very many conflicts today by sitting down with the family when their issues is always the best way to go. And at the time that we got that, we show you how we don't make sure our conflict may have issues as monotony in society. They help also in reducing those cases of just gender-based violence, because if you look at gender-based violence today, we are seeing very many homesteads affected by this virus, which is really costing our families negatively. And that is how we also really want to see you become that activist and make sure that no gender-based violence also is there. And I hope at the right time we shall be doing discussions about that, because the days will be climaxing, and the Rural and the Rural District is also planning to have an event in relation to this, as a rural city already aligned a set of activities where they have been celebrating this gender-based violence 16 days activism. Also really, in addition to that, they have been also really doing a lot of activities. And they launched with activity also really, with many activities also really going on. But at the right time, we shall be seeing all those also really happening and making sure that nothing also really happens within these days. And that is how we want to also really see communities changing and also living in a society that is gender-based free. And that is how we intend to also make sure that you also really change and leave issues of gender-based violence. Good morning to you. You're most welcome. This is the KOKOLIRIKO live show on West Nile TV, channel 477. That is on Star Times, and we are also already there online across all our social media platforms, where I want to say you are most welcome from wherever you're watching us from, and onto this show where we are going to be discussing a lot of issues. Later on, Alfred Jawok, our correspondent of the Greater Navy Belt, will also be giving us an update in terms of also what is happening in there, and I will be connecting to him in the next few minutes. But for now, we are still continuing. We want to also really ask you to also really tighten your belts, because we are going to be doing this with you up to 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock will be our final destination, of course. After 9, that's when the next crew of Eolaza will be coming through, and subsequently other programs will be following in the due course of the day, all to make sure that you as the viewer is not left out. And we want to also make sure that you are catered for in all aspects, and that is why the KOKOLIRIKO morning show is always there to start up your day as bright as this morning here, to make sure that you as the viewer is not left out in any way or the other. We want to make sure that you're catered for in all aspects in there, and that is how we also intend to go by with our program, and we shall be doing this with you up to, of course, 9 o'clock. And all in all, it's a great pleasure having you on board this morning from wherever you're watching us from, on to this edition of the KOKOLIRIKO live show. It's a Monday morning, very bright morning, and it is in Arua City, without any signs and symptoms of rain as per now. Should we say now the dry season is already back, because usually many people used to know the December month as a month that is of dry spell. Are we seeing that happening? Or should we say already we are in that period? Definitely it is entirely in your hands. You as the viewer definitely knows that best. And all in all, we are going to be posing with that discussion, and also look at some of the issues. Yesterday, we were for annual general meeting of Kenya Ward. That's for parish development model. Unfortunately, this did not take place. Why? Some of the leaders have also not turned up for this exercise. They refused to turn up, and others claimed they were sick, others claimed they were not aware, others also as well claimed they were going for their issues, which I really feel is very, very much wrong. But how do you ignore going for this meeting on behalf of just your ordinary, maybe your other activities? And this day was planned, and I really felt very much bad, because if you look at Kenya Ward, we have been having irregularities in that area there, because if you look at really how the funds were distributed, there were issues of ineligible beneficiaries, meaning people from other areas who benefited from Kenya Ward, because this money of participation model is meant for people who live with or reside within a particular parish or particular ward in there. But in Kenya Ward, it was a different scenario where there were issues of what we call ineligible or ghost beneficiaries, meaning people from other areas who benefit from that area. And then we also had this issue of others coming out from other areas to also receive these funds on behalf of also the people of Kenya Ward. Then we had scenarios where people were asked for bribes by the leaders, most especially the BOG chairpersons who were in trouble, and then the BOG committee chairperson as well. And these are people of high integrity. These are people whom many people thought were of integrity, and that's why the community members trusted them. But if at all they start engaging in such activities, then it is quite wrong and quite difficult for people to take in there. So I think it is also really not proper for us to be talking about all this, and at the end of the day, we see what we saw yesterday. People coming, the leaders were brought together. I was able to see the RCC, that's Salim Kumaket, and the area MP, Atima Jackson Butili, and the division mayor, that is Honorable Muzaid Kemis, all coming together with the office of the resident city commissioner and the different leaders to make sure that they also do this annual general meeting, because for the next fast to be dispersed under the participation model, then there is need for a report under the annual general meeting where the report must be presented, and the report was not there. And really why that this leave the people of Kenya Ward, where recently we did see disbursements of funds being suspended over those irregularities, which also resulted in fight, where at one point some of the officials also were attacked. And personally, I was also attacked because I tried following up on this matter. But really, you look at how this matter is also really affecting, then you really find it very, very much difficult. And that is how we also really complain about that. And I really want to say it is really something which we must also really advocate for. And this is how dangerous it is, and this is how we intend to also really live. Really, it is quite difficult because many of the beneficiaries, I was able to interact with those community members, those down persons who need these funds, and they really expressed a lot of anger because this money was meant for them, but they never got it. So they felt very much bad, and this goes back to the leaders. How do we intend to deal with these leaders who knew this money was meant for the vulnerable community members, but included their own people to benefit from this money? Because we have scenarios where it is alleged that some of these people included their girlfriends to benefit under these funds, and these are actually the first beneficiaries. Then we had scenarios where people were asked for money and they paid monies to benefit under these funds. So this is something which we feel is very much bad, and I do understand that also Tanganyika Ward today will be also having their own, that is in Asuru, also under Ivy Division, where they are going to be having a meeting. All in all, talk about parish development model, and if we start also engaging in such activities, and then the parish development model is bound to fail. So I think it goes back to all the leaders, most especially those trusted by the community members, the board committee members. It's really very much embarrassing. Let's avoid those practices, which also at the end of the day will put us in trouble with the community, and you eat this money. Trust me, there's nothing that you're going to be eating in darkness. Parish development model funds, these are government funds. Whether you like it or not, after taking a small penny, it will come out. And it is going to affect somebody. Even don't think that that person who is giving that bribe to benefit is happy. No, the person is not happy. The same person you give this bribe to is the same who is going to sort of turn around and tell the community members that I gave him this amount of money to benefit. So what about those who do not have the monies? So it goes back to all the officials, most especially those involved in participation model. Let's also style up, let's up our games, and at the end of the day, we do not want to see you land in trouble with the community members with whom you reside. For now, we are going to be taking a short commercial break. This is still a KOKOLIRIKO live show on West Nile TV, and we are going to be taking this short commercial break. When we bounce back, we have discussions in relation to what's happening in the camp of BSJ, and I will be letting you know what the political parties are saying, because if you look at 2026, it's not very far from now. Many of them are actually now planning, and really one of the political parties is saying they are targeting some specific number. I will be letting you know the number and then that political party, but that only will be coming through in the second half of the first hour. It's the KOKOLIRIKO live show. We take a short commercial break and we bounce back shortly.
West Nile TV. lighting up the region.
Unwrap your holiday cheers with Start Times this Christmas season. Starting the 15th of November, simply pay your monthly subscription for the next bouquet and automatically enjoy content on the next higher bouquet, plus a chance to win exciting prizes. Your gift box contains variety of local entertainment and fresh shows, exciting cartoon and fun kids entertainment, mega superstars, local and international, a memorable trip to Spain to watch a La Liga match. And that's not all. Lots of prizes to be won, including ZTE Nubia smartphones with free 15 GB Airtel data. Star Times gift that keeps on giving. Merry Christmas. This message is powered by ZTE Nubia. Better for all.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
All right, welcoming you back, and I really want to welcome the supporters of football, most especially those who subscribe to Arsenal and Liverpool. Definitely, you must have also really had a number of issues also last night, and I really want to say that discussion will be coming through later on, and I will be giving some of the results of some of the games that we played yesterday, as more of the details. In terms of comprehensive analysis and details, will be coming through. That is on the whistle time from 2 to 3 p.m. The team will be here to give you the results. And that is one thing also I will be letting you know on later. But for now, I want us to talk about issues also that are within the country. And if you look at also all that, then you realize that indeed there's a lot more also happening. Now, we did see the Uganda Human Rights Commission BOSC asking government to expedite law also really to regulate evangelical churches. And that is something what we are seeing on the paper this morning. If you look at also some of the issues, and recently we had an interaction that is with
the Directorate for Public, that's the Directorate also for Ethics and Integrity, and the Office of the President. They actually talked about this. This issue actually came out, and many people called for a law to regulate operations of some of the churches, that at night we find people making noise, and that is why it becomes also necessary for us to be having this law, and we must therefore advocate for it. Now the Uganda Human Rights Commission chairperson, that is Maria Mwangadia, has raised alarm over manipulation of believers by some pastors. And if you look at this, then you realize sometimes it is happening. And recently we did see that happening. Good.